Hello everyone and welcome back to the series. We're here for round 6 in Barcelona, working our way steadily through the season. We have 14 drivers taking part in this race, and once again it's Oscar that claims pole position, still in the championship lead after losing a lot of ground with that crash in Baku. And with another pole position, hopefully he'll be able to dominate this one and secure his place at the top of the standings. Next up is Blazin, who made the biggest gains of anyone in that last race with his first win of the season, starting second today. He hasn't really been a part of a championship picture so far in this season, but only 3 points shy of a championship lead. He is definitely in the championship battle now, and every win, every race is crucial. Dodo is definitely also a part of this championship picture. He missed out on the race in Baku, which lost him some valuable points, but today, starting from third position, he'll have an opportunity to make all of them back up in this race today. Only 1.5 seconds off the pace set by Oscar. Next up is Seth, who is slowly but surely recovering from that drop down a championship that was caused by those problems with lag that he had in Suzuka and Spa, but he's making a quick recovery, qualifying in 4th position, 2 seconds off the pace. And in 5th position, also just about 2 seconds off the pace, we have Miko, who hasn't finished off the podium so far. Excellently consistent throughout the season, Miko has missed out on the win by just one spot in both Suzuka and Baku. Will this be the one that he finally gets a chance to win? He's definitely fast enough to do so. Next up is Greenius, a reserve driver for the series. Greenius is the first of 3 rookies in this race, setting a lap time of 1:49.276, around 2.3 seconds off the pace set by Oscar. Greenius is definitely well in the mix straight off the bat. Starting in 7th this time is our pole sitter for the last race, Avery. Not getting the lap that he wanted in. He'll be starting from 7th, 2.3 seconds off the pace. Avery is definitely fast enough to be mixing it up at the front, but his championship hopes are slowly fading as every race goes by, and he still hasn't put it together. Lottie X in 8th position, another of the rookies, 3.5 seconds off the pace. He's been waiting in the wings for a while to get his opportunity, and it's finally arisen. Let's see if he can capitalize on that and get some decent points in his first outing. Next up is Blurry, who has had the worst of luck in the last 2 races, being taken out in both and also in the Spa Sprint, so he'll be hoping that luck decides to smile on him this time, but he's starting from 9th position, so he can only dream at this stage. Next up we have Bones starting in 10th position, 5.6 seconds off the pace. In the crazy Baku race, Bones at one stage found himself leading the race, but unfortunately binned it. Mistakes have really ruined his season so far. He's had so many opportunities, but none have really yielded. Halo starts in 11th position. He'll be looking to finish his first race. He hasn't actually done that yet. Starting from 11th, he's got a lot of cars ahead of him to get past, but he's also got 5 laps to do it in, so plenty of time for some progress. Wizard starts in 12th. Having gone off early in qualifying, he was only able to set a lap 11 seconds off the pace, which isn't his true pace, but that's where he'll be starting in this race. We have 14 starters for this race, so you can definitely count on some chaos, which means that everyone is in the game for a good result. Next in 13th is Philman, a fellow BeamNG YouTuber with over 67,000 followers. Without any practice, he sets a lap that puts him at the back of the grid, but as I said, it's anyone's game. When the race starts, anything can happen as he approaches the grid. Pen Striker is the last one to form up. He unfortunately crashed early in qualifying and wasn't able to set a time. Pen Striker often starts at the back and often does pretty well from it, so you can never count him out. He's got 2 podiums in the series. All the cars are formed up. We're ready to go for the 5-lap race here in Barcelona. The race begins in 3 beeps time. Slow getaway from Oscar, an amazing getaway from Dodo, and Seth zooms through the middle of the field. A slow start at the back there for Wizard. He drops back early, but it's 4 wide heading down the first straight, and Oscar continues to drop down the field with that appalling start. Blazin, Ido and Seth are all neck and neck at the front of the field. Getting twitchy there is Avery, who's made up a bunch of positions. Oh no, and Oscar's gone off, and Oscar spins off into the barriers. Bones also gets hit from behind as we go into the first corner, and the car goes barreling off into the gravel there, but we continue racing. Seth leads the race so far, Ido in second and Blazin in third. It appears it was Avery who went barreling off into the gravel and ended up upside down for a second as Blurry swoops past Greenius in the long right-hander there. Greenius already trying to challenge and into the corner. Seth leads the race and Greenius has a big old dive down the inside of Blurry and gets that position straight back. And that is Avery there in the gravel trap, flipped over at the start. We'll have to have a look at the replay at a later date because at the moment, Ido is putting a lot of pressure on Seth for the lead. All of the leading cars very close together right now. And with Oscar out of the race, the championship battle is wide open for anyone to take. Seth making up 4 positions off the start, leads the race at the moment, but he's closely followed by the rest of the cars there. Mainly Ido, Blazin and Miko, all showing excellent pace in the first part of this race. And then there's Lottie X and Greenius having a battle, the 2 rookies earlier. Ido already on the inside of Seth and going for that lead, wasting no time, but he's a bit far back. Will he be able to dive down the inside? No, Seth cuts him off and they continue on in the order that they were. I'm told that Lottie X has had a spin and that's why he's dropping down the order. Seth having a little bit of a twitch from the lead. Blazin very close to the back of Ido there. We're nearing the completion of the first lap here as the leaders come around the final couple of corners. Ido has managed to hold on to second place for the time being, but we're far from done here in Barcelona as we head around the final corner to start the second lap of this race. Things are now settling down a little bit. I'm hearing that Wizard has front wing damage from an earlier incident, but we'll have a replay first of Avery's incident. And it looks like Greenius is the one that just goes a little bit deep and hits Avery, who has a very dramatic roll off and into the gravel. The rookie Greenius getting into trouble straight away. We're going to watch the onboard perspective here and just goes too deep and into the side of Avery. It'll be tough to avoid a penalty for that one. We'll have a look at Avery's perspective on the incident as well. Avery had made a flying start getting past plenty of cars and could have been even higher up as we head through the first corner, but then Greenius comes steaming in and sends him rolling out of the race. Avery's poor luck continues in this series. He won't be scoring any points today now. Lottie X trying to get past Halos after his spin that we didn't see on that lap, but it happened in the final sector there. And he'll try to go around the inside of Halos, who defends it quite aggressively as they almost touch. And Halos goes briefly into the grass but rejoins the track in a safe manner. And looking back at the battle for the lead, Ido is filling up Seth's mirrors with purple as he goes for the race win. It's difficult to make a move in these slow right-handers, but this corner here with heavy braking will be a great opportunity as Blazin looks at the inside, but is way too far back to make a move. Ido will see this next corner as his biggest chance, a much heavier braking zone than the previous corners in the lap. Seth seems to have his covered. Oh no, but Seth drifts a little wide and Ido shoots down the inside for the lead. That's the lead of the race to the purple car there, and Seth has lost it on this second lap. He tries to fight it back, but Ido will keep that position through the next couple of corners. Oh, and Seth having a bit of a trip into the gravel there, and that'll lose him even more ground. Now Blazin will try to get past him. It's been an awful lap for Seth. As he doesn't get past, he holds on to that position while going off the track, and now Miko has a run on Blazin. It's all happening down with these 3 drivers right now. Heading down the braking zone, Blazin has the inside, so we'll be able to defend from Miko, and Seth seems to have lived another day. Ido was walking away with this right now, building the gap with the other drivers as they squabble. Blazin samples on down the inside and there's contact. Damage for both cars and Seth spins around as Miko has another incredible dodge, and Seth, who was leading at the start of his lap, now finds himself in 6th position. A dramatic fall from glory, and he probably will need to pit for damage as well. How dramatic. Phil Manhow is ahead of Penn Striker, who had a moment earlier in the lap, making some moves on his debut, but no, Penn Striker tries to go around the inside, but thinks twice about it. And in this next corner again, Penn's going for the move, but we're going to have to cut back to Greenius, who's now trying to make a move on Blazin, who's been slowed up after all that squabbling. Greenius is down the inside and past Blazin already before the braking zone. Blazin tries to fight it back, but to no avail as they head through the first couple of corners. Blazin also feeling the effects of that contact. Seth is now in the pits, and that's why he's dropping down to 10th in the order. He'll have a lot of work if he wants to get back to the front of the field. Wizard has chosen not to pit for front wing damage, so that's why he's so far behind. An interesting call, if I do say so myself, but the action is at the front here. Blazin trying to recover that ground that he lost after his incident with Seth, now in 5th position after starting in 2nd, and Blurry finds himself in 3rd after starting 9th. It's been a mega race from him so far, and the luck he needed after the last 2 races that he's had, not being able to finish either of them because he has been taken out. But he's still in the race 3 laps in and in a podium position, so this will be the race that he turns it around. He finds himself following Miko, who has yet again found himself in 2nd position, but Miko definitely does have the pace to chase Ido, so we'll have to see how that unfolds through the race as we head towards the last section of the track, the 3rd sector, and Greeny is very close to the back of Blurry there, almost running into him in the slow left-hander. Greeny is in 4th on debut. He might get a penalty for that incident in the first corner, but so far it's been a pretty decent drive from the rookie. Well, that's the 3rd lap down now, so we have 2 more laps to go. We're on the 4th lap of this race as Ido crosses the line. Oh, and Halos has a spin in 7th position. Philman will be right on the back of him after that. Mistake there. Seth also trailing behind, keen to get past and on with his race as both cars go past Halos in that corner sequence there. As we cut back to the lead, Greenius is on the back of Blurry and challenging for that podium position there. Down the inside, Greenius goes. He's done this move already on Blazin, and he goes into the braking zone well ahead. Oh, and he's gone deep, and that gives Blurry the position back. He keeps the podium place for now with only 2 laps to go. Greenius is running out of time. Oh, and Philman's off into the gravel, and he spins around, and there is no way you're getting that car out of gravel that deep in. Unfortunately, that'll be the end of Philman's debut. It's been pretty smooth sailing up until then, but a driver error puts him out of this race. Miko now getting ever so closer to Ido. He's been gaining over the last couple of laps. He definitely has a shot to finally win his first race here, chasing Ido Dodota, the winner of the first round ever in the series. Greenius is also right on the back of Blurry, a close battle between those 3 cars behind Blazin in 5th after that crash. Oscar seems to be passing cars at the back despite being out, so he must be crawling along in the first section with damage there. As Blurry and Greenius go around that corner there, it's flat. It's one of the fastest corners on the track, and Greenius is getting very close to the back of Blurry. Will he go for a move into the braking zone? He shapes up towards the inside. Who will brake later? And it looks like Greenius is up the inside, but the inside turns into the outside very soon, and now Blurry will have the better line through this next corner, and Blurry maintains that position. An epic scrap between these 2 in this race. It's been brilliant to watch. And we still have 1 more lap of racing before we finally decide who gets to sit on the last place of the podium. But Miko and Ido are very much clear of the rest of the pack now, and Miko is ever so closer to Ido. He's been gaining this whole time, and will he make a move down the start-finish straight on the 5th and final lap of this race? He's very close to Ido, getting as much slipstream as he can, but Ido gives him no space on the outside to work with, and he remains in 2nd for now. But he is hunting down Ido like you wouldn't believe, and there's still scraps at the back. A very close battle between Greenius, Blazin and Blurry, but at the moment we have a close battle for the lead of the race. Miko again right on the back of Ido. He shapes up towards the inside. Ido defends. Miko returns to the racing line to get a better exit off of this corner, and he gets a much better exit than Ido. He's almost alongside. There's contact. There's wheel bumping there. Both cars remain in the race, and Miko goes off into the grass just for a little bit there, but they're both okay and live to fight another day. Only half a lap remaining. Miko is running out of time to get his first ever win in the series, and a bucket load of points in the effort to chase down Oscar, who is out of this race. So everything counts for double at the moment as we head to the long right-hander and down the back straight. This is the last real overtaking opportunity for Miko, and he has a brilliant exit. He's trying to go past. Ido defends. There's weaving. There's contact, and they're both out of the race. It's a massive crash. Both of them spinning out. The leaders are out on this race, and Blurry will come through and take the lead of the race. Blazin jumping over the tyre there, and Lottie X also going through the damage. He'll claim a podium. And after all of the bad luck, Blurry finally gets repaid in the most dramatic fashion. He leads the race through the last couple of corners as everyone finally goes past the debris there, and then Blazin, after having that contact, will recover to 2nd place. And in this configuration, the front 2 drivers here, Blazin and Blurry, will be completely equal on points. As we head around the final corner of the lap, Blurry wins the Barcelona race, Blazin claims second, and Lodiax gets a podium in his first ever race, and Greenius is off into the gravel. Greenius loses that 4th place, and he'll drop right down the order. Seth recovers to 4th and finishes where he started. Halo's coming around now. He's going to finish his first race ever after all the DNFs he's had. This one will bag him a hat load of points as he will go past Greenius. 10 points to be exact. That's his best finish in the series so far. Brilliant effort in this race as he rounds the final corner, and he'll be rewarded with a bucket load of points for his efforts. Even further back in the race is Wizard, who is continuing on without a front wing. Halo's there going past Greenius and crossing the line for 5th position. And now all that we have left is Wizard, who, as I said, got front wing damage early in the race, chose not to pit, and will now come home in 6th position. A tragedy for Greenius, who was in 4th after such an amazing debut, and then blows it on the last corner of the last lap of the race, and he will finish in 7th after all that. But still a solid effort. Very much a good start to his career in the series, as Wizard comes across the line and finishes the Barcelona GP. Blurry wins a very lucky race, but very well earned after all the struggles he's had. 25 points to him, 18 points to Blazin, which puts them on the exact same number of points, 82 apiece. Lodiax getting a podium in his first race. He gets 15 points, which puts him 15th in the standings, moving up 5 positions in that race. Seth finishes where he started in 4th, still a decent point haul from him. He moves 3 spots up in the championship. Halo's with his best finish, Wizard finishing in 6th without a front wing. Ada the Dota, a tragedy for him. After leading the race for most of the laps, he comes home in 7th. Gifting him a position is Greenius, who gets a 1-place penalty for that incident in the start. 4 points to him on debut, 8th position in the end. Miko will get 2 points for 9th position, the first time that he isn't on the podium. Philman gets 1 point for 10th in his first race. It was a good effort from him. Penn's Tracker in 11th, no points for him after going off into the gravel at some stage into the race. Oscar and Avery and Bones all having very unfortunate incidents off the start. All of them will score no points, and it has very big implications for the championship as Oscar drops down to 3rd in the standings. And now we'll look at the championship standings in order. Blurry and Blazin there, equal on points with 82 apiece. Oscar drops down to 3rd. Ido is now in 4th. Seth goes back up to 5th after dropping down to 8th. Miko drops a few spots, so does Pens and Bones. The bottom half of the order remains relatively unchanged, as it's mostly made of drivers who didn't race. Halos and Wizard, however, swap around. Halos getting past Wizard in the standings. Lodiax and Greenius, the rookies at the bottom there. And off the page that you can't see is Philman and Envy Zeta. They are in 17th and 18th and don't make it onto the standings. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. It was quite a dramatic race from start to finish with some epic battles. If you want to see more of this, make sure you subscribe so you can never miss a race upload. And I'll see you next time in Imola. Until then, goodbye.